Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the homestead. This morning, it is super cold outside. We had a low of 7 degrees. I think the wind chill was -1 or 2. I know for some of you further north, that's no big deal, but for us, that's pretty cold. So what's the best thing to do once your fire's built? Once your crock pot or your roaster pan's going with your comfort food, and once your socks are on your feet and you're all warm and snuggly, what's the best thing to do on a super cold day? It's all about seeds. If you're a gardener, you're already dreaming about seeds. Do you have your seeds yet? I'll be honest with you, I actually bought my seeds back in September. Because of all of the shortages that there was in 2020 and 2021, I went ahead and got mine while the getting was good. There was a few varieties I couldn't get quite yet, but I got the majority of them back in September. I also saved some of my own seeds, and we're going to talk about that today too. And I'm going to share some new ones that I've never tried before. That was a cat. Anyway, January is traditionally the month that most gardeners start dreaming about their next growing season. They start making plans. I and others will start mapping out our gardens. And of course, those of you that have been following us for a while know that we had some setbacks health-wise in the fall, and that really put us behind on some stuff that we're doing. So I've been thinking, doing that January dreaming, and we are going to just change everything up. Everything. And there's going to be food enough for our family and our neighbors, because I just feel like God laid that on my heart that that's something that we need to do this year. So that's what we're going to do, Lord willing. Anyway, it's very traditional for everybody to start dreaming and mapping out their gardens. And that's one of my favorite things to do. So I have been playing around a little bit, and I am no artist. I do not use a ruler. I didn't even have a pencil this day. But here's one of the things. I just take out a notebook, and I just start drawing and scribbling and moving things. I don't know how well you can see this, but hopefully well enough. Everybody dreams of expanding. And I understand that not everybody has a huge amount of land. We don't have a large amount of land, but we do have sufficient amount to grow a good-sized garden. If you don't have a yard, if you don't have any acreage, if you only have a patio, that does not mean don't dream about it and don't make plans and don't plant seeds, because you still can. You can do vertical gardening, hanging baskets, planters, pots, windowsills, you name it. Don't ever let that be a reason for you not to grow something if your heart desires to do so. But anyway, this was what I've been doing. I had a picture. I need a new chicken house really bad, as most of you know. And my picture's gone. Anyway, oh, here it is. I'm dreaming. I haven't even tore down the old one yet, but I thought about doing a little mini, almost like a barn. Remember, I'm no artist, and it may never come out anything like this, but this was just an idea that I had, where I had one side was my little hen house, and the other side could be stalls, and the little lean-to could hold the bunnies and the feed. Kind of got me excited. So, yeah. And the stall side is wider than the rabbit house side. It's not just because I can't draw. I actually did it on purpose. Anywho, I said all that just to say, if you want to grab a piece of scratch paper and a pencil and a cup of hot cocoa and a coffee and snuggle up with a blanket and just start doodling and drawing and thinking and dreaming, it's so therapeutic. It's so uplifting for your spirit, and it will just give you grace till you make it through the spring. Okay, now seeds. There's a lot of seed companies out there, and a lot of really good seed companies out there. And some of them are expensive seed companies. But you know what? I have bought seeds from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, Walmart, Rural King, Feed Store, and I've also bought from those companies. You do what you can right where you are. I say that all the time. If you have seeds from a friend, I have lots of seeds I can share. Do that too. Like I said, don't let the budget stop you. If you can't afford those big expensive seeds, I can't afford that either. There's a few times that I've spent a good amount of money on seeds. To me, a good amount of money. I actually ordered some seeds recently for a variety of tomato that is my absolute favorite. It's called Black Beauty. And the last time that I bought Black Beauty tomato seeds was 2 years ago, because I had enough to last me 2 years. And I maybe paid $2.50, $3 tops, but I want to say $2.50 for these seeds from this company. And when they advertised that they got them back in stock, and I got all excited, and I got on the website, $5 a packet just for these seeds. Who paid that? You know why? They're my favorite. Doesn't mean anybody else has to pay that much, but they're my favorite. And I don't know. There might be 25 seeds in there. I don't know how much will be in there in this packet. We haven't got them in the mail yet. But I guess it's a matter of priority, which ones you really want to grow the most. And if I had saved some Black Beauty seeds, I would have been better off, but I didn't do that. And no, you can't 100% guarantee, because if you have a regular home garden, all your plants are not 20 feet apart or whatever. Yes, there is a chance of some cross-pollination, but if I would have just saved some seeds when I thought about it, because I didn't think about it till it was too late, I wouldn't have had to pay that much. So this year, one of my goals is going to be to save more seed. Flower seed is easy for me. I just grab the dead heads and save them. Vegetable seeds, I'm not that good at, mainly because I don't think about it, or I don't want to take the time to do it. So this year, that's one of my goals as a home gardener and a provider of food for our family, is to save more vegetable seeds. Okay, so let's look at some of the new stuff. One of the companies that I had known about for a long time, but I never bought anything from, mainly because I just didn't need to, I found what I needed elsewhere, is Haas Tools. And when I had difficulty finding the tomato seeds that I wanted from the other companies that I ordered from, and it was September, so local places didn't really have seed out at the time, I got on their website and looked around, and I found some neat varieties that I'm going to try that I've never tried before. And I think, well, there is an onion and some lettuce. I thought I got all tomatoes from it, didn't. But I'm going to try the Kellogg's breakfast tomato. I have no idea if that's going to focus on you guys or not. The Abe Lincoln tomato. I'm really excited about this one. Candy onions, which we're going to start super, super soon. Buttercrunch lettuce. I like my Buttercrunch, and I was having a hard time finding seed in September, but I'm sure a lot of places have them right now. And I love these seed packets. I like them a lot. And Paris Island romaine. Never grown romaine before, but that's my daughter-in-law's favorite kind of lettuce, so I'm going to try to grow some for her this spring. Where I am located, and because I do have a cattle panel greenhouse, if my brain would work, that'd be great. Oh, I found another one. I'm going to try to sow these in February next month. Oh, here's one. Never heard of it. Obsession sweet corn. Now, I'm not real good with growing corn. I know, right? It's supposed to be easy. Well, where I live, by the time I finally get the corn up where I want it and it's looking good, some varmint comes through and messes it up for me. One year it was cows. That was a long time ago. Another time it was, I think, raccoons, and I've had storms blow it over. I don't have the best luck with corn, but I am determined this year I'm going to grow some corn. I have a good spot, I think, for it. And then this was the main reason that I ordered from Haas Tools. These were extras that I got while I was on there. Is California Giant Xenia Mix. Yes, I know it's pronounced Xenia, but we say Xenia. The very first zinnias that I ever grew were California Giant. And this was years ago. I think I ordered them off Amazon. I have no clue who the provider was or the distributor was for them. And I saw that they had a nice mix. And look at this. It is, I think they sold it by, it's 1/4 of a pound. That's a lot of Xenia seed. And the California Giants were our favorites for our household. I was running low. I have a whole bucket of Xenia seed now, don't get me wrong. But they're so cross-pollinated that they're a lot smaller now. I don't get near as many big heads as I used to. So this was the main reason that I ordered from Haas. Another one that I ordered is Hudson Valley Seeds. And I ordered this. I only ordered one seed packet, and good, I have my receipt with me. And I'm seeing where it's dated at. Date. September 24th was when I bought it, so I'm not sure if the price is the same. Everything tends to go up. This was another one. This is the Opalka, I'm going to say Opalka tomato. Okay? 75 seeds, so that will last me more than 1 year, so that's good. This is a like a paste tomato. Actually, it says paste tomato. It's a paste tomato for sauces. In previous years, I always just grew whatever slicing tomatoes I wanted, and then I took the extras and threw them in the crock pot and did the processing, and then if I had to cook it down later, I would. This is going to have a lot less juice in it and a lot more meat, and it's supposed to be excellent for sauces. So that's the main reason that I bought this one. The price that I paid for it was $5.95 for this little packet. However, the shipping was $4.37. So my total cost for this one pack of seeds was $10.32. Yes, that's expensive. I agree. However, I just felt like it was worth trying. And if I don't like them, I've learned from it. But just from the production, the quality of the tomato, I think it'll be worth it. Hopefully we get jars and jars and jars of food out of it. You know, I might have the receipt for my house here. Let me look real fast. I just saw it. I just wonder if you've already gotten all of your seeds. Let me know. And if there's a tomato variety, because tomatoes are my favorite, in case you can't tell. Tell me what your favorite variety is. I'll see if I've ever tried it. And if I haven't, chances are I'm going to have to, because I like them. Okay, no, this is a shipping. There's no prices or anything on there. So, and these were ordered on September 10th. But it's just a shipping slip. Oh well, I'm sure you can look online very easily, and they're probably fully stocked by now because January is usually the big rush for seed ordering. All right. This is my favorite company. And they can be expensive, but a lot of times, I saved Moonflower Seeds and I stuck them in. Told you how I am. I saved Moonflower Seeds and one just rolled away. Oh no! I put them in this envelope. Losing my train of thought. There's another Moonflower Seed. My granny used to do that. She used to put seeds in little foam cups and have them around her house, and just, I can remember her just having seeds in her pockets, and we'd go somewhere and she'd be like, here, and she'd like pick seeds and here, take one home with you. Anyhow, this company, and pretty much everybody knows this company, is Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. Their website is rareseeds.com. We got to go down there one time before all of this stuff began with the world. And, oh, I just loved going down there. And because it was their festival, all of their seed packets were $2 a piece. And I loaded up, and we got to meet Doug and Stacy. It was the coolest thing. The coolest thing. I got a very, very, very distant glimpse of Roots and Refuge. Yeah, and that was the last time we got to go. That was 2019. We haven't got to go back since because of everything going on. Anywho, I spent a lot of money for me. You might spend more there. Most of my seed packets were between $2.50, $2.75, $3.50, $3. I see one $5 one here, which is glass gem corn. Most of them are less, though. That's the most expensive one there. There's one $4 seed, which is Wood's famous Brimmer tomato. Never grown it. Gonna try it. Everything else is between $2 and $3. A few $3.50s. But the wild bergamot is $3.50. This order was placed on September 10th. So I cannot guarantee the prices are the same compared to now. But here it is. And you get free seed, which is always cool. My favorite arugula. Dill, spinach. I'm not showing you all these varieties because, you know, if you don't grow calendula, I would advise it. It's excellent for a lot of things. Salves, lotions, your immune system. Plus, they're just really pretty. Marigolds. I went crazy on the marigolds last year in my garden, and it took them forever to start blooming, but once they did, they were just beautiful. So I wanted to get some more. Different kinds. I've never tried this one. There's the bergamot. That was the $4 one. Chamomile. Ugh. Even if you just grow it, not because you want it for a tea, it's good for other things as well, and it smells heavenly. It smells like apples. Asters, cauliflower, more chamomile, different variety. Basils. Basil is one that there's different varieties. The lemon basil is wonderful. The Genovese or Genovese, whichever you want to pronounce it, is beautiful. Cinnamon, there's so many good kinds of basil, and they smell wonderful. And I actually have a few plants still up out there that are all dried out, And when you brush your hand over it and smell your hand, it still smells like basil. We went with a lot, or I went with a lot, they're going along with me on this, of flowers this year. The last few years, I started focusing more on pollinators, bringing them into the garden, because I noticed we just didn't have as many bees as we used to. I don't know what was going on. My aunt up the road even had bees, and I still wasn't seeing them, so I started bringing in more flowers, and that has made a big difference. So if all else fails, most of these flowers are easy peasy, don't take a lot of work. You don't have to babysit them. You just throw them out there and let them grow and let them do their own thing, and the pollinators will be so happy and they'll thank you. Here's a new basil that I've never tried before, and I basically bought this for the flower, for the main flower. Isn't that neat? Cardinal Basil. They got me on the website with this one. Glass gem corn. This is a new one for me. Cherokee Trail of Tears beans. Gonna be pretty cool. Never tried it before, have no idea. More cauliflower. Okay, I think I'm getting into my tomatoes. You guys, I ordered a lot of tomatoes. I don't know how I'm gonna do all these. I will find a space. We are expanding, right? See? Okay. Some of these you've heard of. Let me know if you like them. Let me know if I need to do anything special with them. Sunrise Bumblebee. Because I could not find my Black Beauties, I ordered this one, and I'm still going to start some of them. True Black Brandywine. Amish Paste is another paste tomato. Here is the Woods Famous Brimmer. That was my $5 seed packet, and there's not very many in there I could feel. But probably the advertisements got me. Mortgage Lifter. That's one that I have grown in the last 2 years, and I really like it. My Mortgage Lifters, the plants got huge last year, and I got more fruit off of these than I did anything else. They did fantastic, so I had to order more because I was out. Black Cherry is another one that I've grown the last few years. It's very, very good. I really enjoy having those, and I ran out of seeds, so. Here's one I've never grown before. This is Black Krim. Just looks yummy. And this one is Blueberries. So, if you've heard of those varieties, if you've grown them and you're experienced in those, share. Share your information. I normally don't grow zucchini because of squash bugs here, but I'm going to try and experiment in the greenhouse. So I went ahead and got some. And then a good friend of mine, my farmer buddy, Farmer Dave, gifted me some last fall. And I never got them planted, and I forgot I even had them. And then I found them, so they're going to go too. And then as far as peppers go, I'm just plain Jane when it comes to peppers because I'm the only one that consumes them, and my family's just like, meh. Sweet banana pepper, gotta have that. California Wonder bell pepper, gotta have that. And this is just a regular jalapeno, Sam jalapeno. Nothing fancy there. And then here's my free seed packet. I have so many carrot seeds, it's not funny. Anyway, that was my Baker Creek order from September. Now let's talk about some of the homemade ones that I think. Oh, wait, I got one more company that I've never used before, but I'm excited about. Okay. It says strictly medicinal, but I forgot the name of the company. This is not it. But the address is strictly medicinal. I'll try to remember to look up what the name of this company is, their website, because this is not it. Anyway, this grows everywhere. This grows in your yard. This is super, super common. I could have taken the time to transplant it, dig it up, save seeds or whatever, but I didn't. I went ahead and ordered some. And this is broadleaf plantain for a variety of reasons. I actually just want a little raised bed, very small, doesn't have to be very big, of plantain, just to regulate its growth, to harvest the way I want to, and to just have it. So I went ahead and ordered one of those. Another one is Comfrey. I've always wanted to grow Comfrey. It's excellent as fertilizer. It's called, I believe, don't quote me on this. I should have reread about it. I used to know all these really well, and then I quit using them. I think this is what they call knit bone, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But it's good for healing. These children are in there laughing. You laughing at me?
No.
Okay. I said knit bone, and they started giggling, so. But anyway, this is Comfrey. This is called Self-Heal. Basically, it's a weed. But yet again, I want to have it growing in a controlled environment in a bed. So I went ahead and I ordered that. Mullein is another one. Some people call it mullein or mullein. It's very, very good for respiratory health. It's very, very good for your lungs. It's good for a variety of things, not just that. I think some people, they'll even smoke it. There's just so many different ways to use it. Don't take my word for it. Do your research and look it up yourself. And it grows everywhere, especially in like creek banks and bluffs and sides of the road and all that. But I wanted to have some here. So, and then this is Feverfew. I've grown Feverfew before. The plants didn't get as big as I thought they would. They really were stunted. So, and I can't remember where I got the seed from. I think it was just a local store. So I went ahead and got some more from a different resource to see if maybe it would do better. Change a little bit of the growing environment and where I'm going to put it at. See if it'll do well. At any rate, there's a wide variety of books out there if you're interested in anything herbal. I have always pretty much grown kitchen herbs. And kitchen herbs, a lot of them are dual purpose. Like thyme and oregano are really good for your immune system. They're antibiotic. There's a lot of things you can use. But I didn't have anything specifically as a medical herbal garden or flower or bedding area. So I'm going to start that this year. That's another new thing I want to start. Now these are cool. I had a friend give me some jars, canning jars. And in the middle of these canning jars, I found these little half pints of seeds. I have no idea how old these are. I don't know whose mama or grandma these came from, but somebody thought it was important enough to save these seeds in these little jars. This one is labeled butternut squash. Isn't that cool? I know. I think these things are awesome. And this one is labeled acorn squash. She even put the little paper in there. And I'm going to start a few of these if they will germinate. I'll do a test maybe. And grow them just because somebody took the effort to save these for however long. It's definitely been a long time. Look at the condition of these jars. It's been a while. And I think they deserve to grow. So I'm going to plant some this year. Squash bugs might get them, but I'm going to plant them. Sunflower seeds. This is red sunflower seed. This is a few mammoth seeds I've saved. This is seeds I saved off of just yellow sunflowers. And this is nothing. I have so much sunflower seed. We like them here, in case you didn't notice if you've ever seen our Instagram or if you've even been on our channel. We love our sunflowers. They're probably the easiest seed to save. A lot of these still have the chaff in with them. I don't bother to separate it because when I sow it thick. I till my spot and I just start sprinkling it out. Just pepper it down, cover them up, and totally ignore them. Some years I don't even bother to thin them out. I just let them go. We've had walls and walls and walls of sunflowers just, doing succession planting once every week or so, and it was just, they're so easy. This is the gateway seed to gardening with flowers, sunflowers. The only problem that I've ever had is the big tall sunflowers. The storms get them almost every year. That's why you just succession plant, and that's why you grow more than once. It just seems like it never fails here where we live. We live in Tornado Alley. They usually get blown over, and I have to prop them up. Even last year, I had to get some stuff and prop them back up, and some of them made it, and some of them didn't. Tie them to the fence, because even netting doesn't help when it comes to this. This is storm damage. That's the only problem you'll ever have with sunflowers. Everything else, easy peasy. Get you some sunflower seeds. If you have a crazy gardening friend who has bags and bags of it, just ask them. I'll share. Not a big deal at all. Okay. Storing your seeds. You can store them in boxes. I've had buckets. My bedroom is the coldest room in my house, and I keep them all in my bedroom because if my bedroom's 30 degrees in the winter, I'm cool with it. I like it cold while I sleep. You don't have to worry about it. The most important things that you have to worry about when storing your seeds is you don't want bright light on it. You don't want moisture to get to it, and you want to keep it as cool as possible just so that you can avoid germination or doing any damage to it, because if they get wet, that kind of ruins them. I originally stored them in all those different ways, and then I don't know, a couple of years ago, it was after Christmas, and we're at Walmart, and I'm looking around, and I see this container here with all these compartments for storing ornaments. And this has worked really, really well. All of my seed packets fit in easily except for Baker Creek's. They're too big. But all the other ones just fit in the compartments perfectly. I mean, no big deal at all. And then you put the lid down there. It's not a problem at all. I got some... See, I told you I got so many seeds, it's not funny. Anyway, the only problem that I had with this was not only do the Baker Creek seed packets get squished down in there, they're just too big, and then it just is a pain in the butt because they kind of fold over, is there's no handle on this. And when I'm out planting, I took it with me, and I didn't want to set it directly on the ground because I have nosy, you know, chickens or cats or whatever, and it was just kind of bulky. It's really big. I still totally think it's worth it, especially if you're just starting out, and I think I paid $5 for this, and you can't beat that price. It holds a ton. You've got dividers, so you can make it whatever size you want. I saved all the dividers. I mean, it's good to have. But I just felt like I needed something a little bit smaller and a little bit compact. So I asked husband if he would get me a little tackle box. If all else fails, the seeds that I use the most, or as I organize my seeds, the seeds that I know I'm going to take with me up to the greenhouse the next day or what have you, I could put in a tackle box. So he picked up this little tackle box for me from Walmart. Just a little, it's not super expensive. It's not a huge investment if it don't work out. Oh, might help if I do this right. I may not need this. I don't know yet. But there's a pretty good little amount of storage in here. I could put a lot of seed in this. And I can make homemade dividers. That's not a big deal. You know, just a little cardboard with the names at the top and rifle through there, and there you go. So this is going to be my new seed storage, especially for just taking straight up to the greenhouse. And then the big one can stay in the cool storage until it's time. I have done a lot of rambling on, and I hope that you got something out of this. I just wanted to share with you what I had, what I do, what I'm planning, and to let you know that it's okay. If you don't have a lot of space, it doesn't make a difference as to whether or not you should grow something. Grow it anyway. I hope you got something out of this and that you enjoyed spending time with me. I enjoyed doing it. I'm looking forward to any comments that you have. Let me know what your favorite thing to grow is in the garden, whether it's flower, whether it's veggie. Let me know what your favorite variety of tomato is. If you have any growing secrets. I mean, I'm pretty basic. We use a lot of rabbit manure and chicken manure. But just let me know. Let me know if you have been planning out your garden and if you've already got your seeds ordered. And if you haven't ordered them, I would get on it. Don't wait till spring because that's too late. The rush is on. Okay, guys. I sure appreciate you. Thanks for joining me today. Do what you can right where you are. He doesn't have a shirt on. You got to put a shirt on.
Psalms 34, verse 8, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him.
Bye, guys.